Hi there, and welcome to NxtEdge training on completing your inventory. In today's session, I'm going to walk you through how to finalize your inventory. This will include inventory dates, inventory on hand report, and cost of goods reports. Let's start with the inventory taken. The first thing we want to do is make sure that all of our inventories are set to the same date. Even if you're counting on the night of the 30th or the morning of the 1st, we always recommend using the last day of the month as your inventory date. That keeps everything consistent and makes your reports easier to run. To change the date, just click the Edit button next to each inventory. Choose the date you want, usually the 30th or 31st, and then go back. You'll want to go through each inventory if you counted multiple inventory and update those one at a time. Once they're all set to the same date, you're good to go. Now let's talk about pricing. There's a button called Sync Pricing, and this is really helpful when there's been activity in your system like new invoices or price changes after someone's already started an inventory. This process will take 1 to 2 minutes. Here's how it works. When you start a new inventory, whether you do it in the app or from the back office, the system freezes the prices right then. That way, any invoices processed afterward or any manual edits don't affect the numbers you're working with during that count. But sometimes, maybe one manager started their count early, and someone else processed invoices later that day. That's when you'd want to use the Sync Pricing button to pull in the most current prices across the board. It helps make sure that no matter who started when, everyone's looking at the same pricing. Just keep in mind, you don't want to do that a week or two later. By then, syncing could throw things off, especially if you've already started analyzing your data. Once you sync pricing, you cannot go back. After you've checked your dates and synced pricing if needed, take a quick look at your pending inventories. Ideally, that screen should be completely blank. If anything shows up, it means someone hasn't saved or completed an inventory. That data might still be sitting on a mobile device or in the back office. If you see anything, open it up, adjust the date if necessary, and complete it. If it was just a test inventory or it has a $0 value, you can go ahead and complete it and either delete it or leave it as is. Once everything is finalized, it's time to run your inventory on hand report. You'll head over to the reports section, choose inventory on hand, and pick your date. What you'll see is a list of every item that was counted for that cycle. You can click into any item to see where it was counted, whether it was in multiple storage areas, and if you need to make a change to the quantity, you can do that here too. If you're making manual price updates, especially for items that show up in more than one place, remember to sync pricing afterward so that the change applies everywhere. Now, when it comes to running the report, you've got a few formats to choose from. A lot of people start with detail by category that gives you a full list of items grouped into their categories. It's a clean report that makes it easy to see what was counted, what it cost, and your total inventory value. You can export that to PDF for a printable version, or export to Excel if you want to filter or dig deeper into the data. And speaking of filters, if you want to separate bar and food, or see just liquor or just paper goods, you can set filters before running the report. It'll show you only the items in that filter and give you totals based on those specific categories. There are other versions too, like summary by category, detail or summary by storage location, and summary by GL code. If you're using GL codes, just make sure you've set those up ahead of time under Manage Items. Each category should be linked to a GL code for that report to work properly. Once your inventory on hand report looks good, you're ready for the cost of goods report. This one does require 2 inventory counts, a beginning and an ending, so you'll want to make sure both are complete. The report takes about a minute to generate, and once it does, you'll see your beginning inventory, any purchases, any transfers in or out if you're using them, and then your ending inventory. The system uses those numbers to calculate usage. Then it divides usage by sales to give you your cost percentage. If the numbers are clean, you'll be able to see exactly where you're landing with your food cost or beverage cost. You can also use filters here just like in the inventory report. Want to see food cost only? Set the food filter. Want to separate beer, wine, and liquor? You can do that too. It gives you more control over how you view and manage your numbers. And that wraps up our training on completing your inventory, running your inventory on hand report, and generating your cost of goods report. If you ever have questions or want to schedule a one-on-one training, just reach out to our support team by phone or email. We're always happy to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.